Hey everybody, it's John back here with the video for Challenge 2, Color Inside the Box. I saw the challenge video and I had two initial reactions. Yay, color! How wonderful! I love playing with color and texture and form and what that does to shape. And the second part of it, drop shoulder, boxy, positive ease, sweater. I don't get it. I've never made one, I've never worn one, I've never liked them. Welcome to Challenge 2. So, I knew that the piece would have to drape. That was clear from the very beginning, and so immediately I thought of linen stitch. It is, bar none, my favorite stitch ever. Yes, it is labor intensive, but its strength, its durability, its ability to drape simultaneously in different directions, and the fact that it looks great on both sides, amazing. That I was locked into. For inspiration, because of linen stitch, I immediately went to Turkish textiles. That was also a no-brainer for me. Here I have some examples of those. This one, while it's quite different from the others, I couldn't pull it out of the inspiration mix. I realized it was the marine blue that brought a certain dark intensity, a certain luminosity in a very deep tone that had to be thrown into the mix. So I went ahead and I ordered the yarns. It was then and only then that I began playing with the swatching process and doing linen and half linen stitches and my unique combining of them both. Nice little preliminary. And so when the yarns finally arrived, I started this swatching process. The intricacy of this color blend is pretty magical to me, and I'll get into that in just a second here. This is the full palette of color, very autumnal. This deep ochre as well as these two pale yellows, which are very close in tone, one drier, one a little more bright, form the basic fabric with an accent in this beautiful crimson color, and then the Nile blue, the Turkish coffee, and this neutral, which I find changes color depending on what it's next to. So I had the palette. The challenge was form. I still didn't get this form. Turkish textiles went to Peruvian textiles, went to panpipes. That's how the head works. So, some images of panpipes here. And this beautiful arc. I thought, I'll just make that arc into the bottom of the piece, and then I realized, no, it must be a straight line. The pliability of the fabric, the draping, as well as the individual body that it's on, will determine the actual course of that arc. But it will arc nonetheless. And so, I got the idea, how do I make this? I got some old crushed velvet, did a very rude and crude mock-up. It made perfect sense to me. It's just a big wedge. Got it. And the linen stitch, that's actually going to hold up. So then the sketching process began for me. And this is the first rough and dirty sketch that I did, trying to figure out placement of color. And when we get back after this short little cut here, I'll show you the status of the back. Thanks. So here's the back. A lot of color, a lot of drape. It is an asymmetrical construction, making it contemporary. It definitely has symmetrical elements to define the body. I also think it's quite modern.